Hey guys, IRL Games here, bringing you a new Have You Played for Doug's Nightmare. Now, I know it's getting closer to spooky season here, so I wanted to cover something that's kind of Halloweenish themed, I guess you could consider it. However, this is not a scary title, I would say, for any younger audiences who are watching this. Just kind of more silly and random than anything else. So, in Doug's Nightmare, you'll play as Doug the Banana, and of course, going over the plot, because there's not too much of a plot, is Doug has a nightmare. With this game itself, just kind of giving you a game review, game breakdown. If you haven't checked out any of the other videos in the Have You Played series, definitely recommend checking that out, as I cover a lot of different titles, both old and new, and I'm looking to cover more for the series here this coming week and as we go into future weeks. And I am looking to also kind of create some new series for you guys to just be able to watch and check out. So with Doug's Nightmare, this does have different worlds, I guess you could say, or different stages of Nightmare, whatever you'd want to consider that. Some of them are different forms of bananas, like there's a ghost banana, zombie banana, probably some other bananas that don't come to mind, the evil banana, I guess. But with this game itself, there are also some different cameos or parodies, I guess you could say, of other franchises, such as E.T., Star Wars, Walking Dead, probably others that can come to mind too, just depending on how you look at it. The overall completion is not too difficult. There are two different difficulties. You can do the default difficulty, or you can also do the easy difficulty. The biggest difference is that you take less damage on the easier level, and then your damage does a little bit more. So that's the biggest difference. But each time you clear a room, it does save. So you can clear one room, die in the next room, and then just kind of like start over. You will have different items that you'll pick up, such as chocolate, cupcakes, candy, things like that. So it does kind of make it a little bit Halloween themed in that regard. And you can also pick up different costumes. So you can kind of customize your character, how they look, and then also unlock different weapons based off of either what you like as the rate of fire or damage output, things of that nature. For the completion, for any achievement trophy hunters, it's going to be very simple. You'll just be essentially picking up costumes. You'll also be doing mini games, which will just randomly happen when you're in a room where instead of fighting enemies, you'll just be shooting balloons. The more balloons you shoot, the more crates you get to unlock different cosmetics. Eventually, you'll get to a room where you'll fight the boss of that world or level of dream, whatever you want to consider it. And then once you defeat them, you can either jump right into the portal, go into the next world, or you can continue to clear all the other rooms. Just kind of depends if you want those additional costumes, those additional candies, additional weapons, whatever is out there. Something else to keep in mind as well is when you clear each of the rooms, there may be different enemies in the different rooms in each world. So even though you may start out with just a few enemies, once you get to the next room itself, they may introduce new enemies with new attacks. So I thought that was pretty creative to see that. Overall, the art style, you have kind of like a hand-drawn, almost like kids' cartoon sketch in some ways. And then you also have, again, these different characters that are parodies and just random items where you're like attacking a pigeon, for example, or a clock with a gun. And it's just like very random, as kind of dream states can be sometimes. So overall, for the game itself, this isn't going to be anything, in my opinion, that stands out as this is a crazy huge narrative story. However, it can just kind of be fun if you want a more casual third-person shooter. Something else to note, there is a setting where you can select the trigger and have it so when you select it, you're just auto meleeing or shooting until you click it again, which can be really fun if you just want to be kind of like a twin stick shooter versus like a third person shooter, just to give you some insight on that side. So again, that's the overall review of this game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the have you played for this episode and just seeing if this is a game you'd want to check out. Again, if you're looking for about a 3 to 5 hour completion, most likely just depending on difficulty, it's usually going to be closer to 3 hours, of course, unless you do that harder skill. This is definitely a game you may want to check out for a pretty easy, I would say, 1000 gamer scores. Again, some of those rooms you may just have to keep replaying with the boss fights, things of that nature. And as you unlock new weapons, it does make it a little bit easier throughout the game and kind of customizing what that gameplay looks like. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go ahead and check out the others have you played in the series. And I did announce the winners for the last giveaway, so you've already been contacted on that regard. And if you haven't been checking out the social media pages, I definitely recommend go ahead and follow me there, just to get more communication with me day to day as I'm in between editing these videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed this content. As always, stay awesome. And if you want to check out one of these other videos, you can check them out right here.